You want to know what it's like to be part of the 15% of autistic people that are in the workforce?
This touches on something that's so real for neurodivergent people in the workforce, period. As someone with ADHD who has some comorbidities with autistic symptoms of being on the spectrum, I'm a very blunt person when it comes to a professional and working environment, and I've worked in a corporate tech environment where there was something I like to call neurotypical posturing, where people feel the need to speak and contribute in a way that makes them feel useful. And I'm trying to be very careful with the way I'm wording this. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong about this, but it's just not the way that neurodivergent people tend to communicate. So, like this creator was saying, the gist of it was, I did exactly what you wanted me to do, so there's no problem here, so why are we having this conversation? Obviously, that's a very blunt way to put that, but that was the gist. I can't tell you how many times I had a one-on-one with a manager in tech where I was doing exactly what they wanted me to do, but they had to sit there in a one-on-one with me and then give me feedback on something, and they didn't have feedback to give me. So they were just filling the space with words. And I was thinking, okay, well, am I doing exactly what you want me to be doing then? And they're talking in circles, saying basically yes. But the thing is, neurodivergent people, we need direct communication. We need blunt communication. We don't understand the posturing and what the point of it is. So I had to learn the posturing. I had to learn how to mask my blunt way of communicating and talk in this like weird roundabout way. And because I was a software engineer and there are many people that are overlapping with neurodivergent tendencies, I don't know how to word this well, but basically there are a lot of neurodivergent engineers. We would communicate with each other in this really blunt way, but then when we had to communicate to project managers and just people managers in general, we had to learn this way of communicating. And I learned how to be like a translator for the engineers. It's like an engineer that I knew was neurodivergent because we were friends on some level and we had that conversation, right? So they would communicate something and then I would like reword it and translate it to the project manager so that they could understand, like, okay, yes, we're doing exactly what you are asking, but I had to understand that way of communicating, and then I had to understand the way the engineer was communicating, and then sort of bridge that gap. And it was exhausting. So ultimately, there's nothing wrong with the way that people communicate in this way, like either side, I think, like the bluntness versus being more verbose and saying the exact same thing. But it is something that I don't feel is talked about enough.